You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks, welcome back to Raleigh, North Carolina. We're talking with Chief Justice Cheri, Chief Justice Beasley of North Carolina State Supreme Court. So one of the things that I've been covering the craziness in the state for a long time. And one of the things Republicans tried to do in this state was literally strip the Supreme Court of its power and try to move it to a lower court. I mean, how does it make you feel as somebody who is supposed to be talking about the law and you're having to deal with politicians who want to play games with the law in order to gain a political advantage?
Well, you know, the rules certainly do change and the laws change, and it's important for us to all keep up with them. But the beautiful thing is that the courts really are the checks and balances, and that's why people ought to care about who's serving on the courts. That's why they ought to know the kind of experience they have, and it is important to serve with integrity. There's a whole lot on the line. I mean, people don't come to court when things are going great, and so folks expect justice to be fair and impartial.
And we're seeing this. We were seeing how important politics plays out. What's happening in Washington, D.C. when it comes to the Supreme Court nomination of Coney Barrett. And again, the cases that are going to go before the Supreme Court dealing with voting rights, dealing with the Affordable Care Act, and dealing with voting issues. And so what I keep trying to tell folks is every single thing that we have, if it's going to end up in a court system, so you better pay close attention to who's representing you on the bench, whether you're talking about Supreme Court, whether you're talking about appellate, or even on the local level when you're talking about mass incarceration, criminal justice, things along those lines.
Well, and I'm glad people are paying attention to Judge Barrett's hearings, and I'm glad that folks were lamenting when Justice Ginsburg passed away, because the attention that folks are paying to the Supreme Court of the United States, you know, I hope will trickle down to the state courts. The reality is more disputes will be handled in our state Supreme Court than will be handled in our Supreme Court of the United States.
Because
really
they accept very few cases.
That's correct.
So in an average year, how many cases does your state Supreme Court handle?
We handle we probably have oral arguments and hearings on about 115, but we consider 400 to 500 cases a year.
Yeah, that's a much heavier caseload than we see on the federal level as well. Got to ask you this, might as well ask. People, first of all, how many Supreme Court justices here in North Carolina?
There are 7 of us.
Okay, 7 here. You have 9 on the federal level. Arizona, a few years ago, actually expanded their Supreme Court, which is why I sort of crack up when Republicans talk about court packing. I'm like, did y'all forget what y'all tried to do and what you actually did in Arizona? Also, I think a lot of people have no idea how large these circuit courts are, how large the appellate courts are. And so when you hear the argument, people say, oh, no, leave the Supreme Court justice at 9, but then you have 20 plus on other levels. Does it make sense, just your thoughts, does it make sense to have a court at 9, or should folks say you expand it to handle a higher caseload? How is that even decided when it comes to how large a court should be?
Well, on the federal level, certainly it will be Congress who makes that decision. In North Carolina, there has certainly been talk about expanding our court, and here would be the legislature that would make that decision. I will tell you that North Carolina has the most diverse Supreme Court in the nation. There are 3 African Americans, 3 women, and the first Jewish member in 200 years. And of course, I'm the first African American woman to serve as Chief Justice. And so we've got to be mindful that if the makeup is not sufficient at this point, we've got to be thinking about why that might not be.
Right.
We've got a great court right now, and I'm hoping it will stay that way through this election.
All right, Chief Justice Beasley, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, the folks at Ceek.com, black-owned company founded by Mary Spio. They, of course, a virtual reality company. You can check out their content at Ceek.com, CEEK.com. You can do so, of course, with these VR headsets. You can look at it, of course, on your regular device or your pad or your computer. But if you want to experience being in the room, you can use this headset right here. All you simply do is just pop in your cell phone in here, pop it on, and then put this headset on, and you can literally experience their content in virtual reality. And so allows for you to do a 360-degree view of the room. But also, folks, they have the 360-degree 4D headphones right here. These are Bluetooth headphones. They have complete surround sound in terms of as you hear the particular music. Gamers love them as well when they're playing their games. And so it's just phenomenal bass in these headphones as well. You can get one or both devices at Ceek.com using this promo code RMVIP2020, RMVIP2020. So we certainly thank the folks at Ceek.com for being a partner with us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. All right.